Is science greater? Or is Sanatan Dharma greater? Is truth only what can be proven inside a laboratory? If it can't be measured, tested, repeated, does that mean it isn't real? Welcome to Vediverse Studio. Today's discussion is not just a comparison. It's not some shallow religion versus science debate. This is about perspective. This is about what we mean when we say the word truth. And more importantly, how do we even know something is true? Let's start with science. The word science literally means organized, systematic knowledge. It's the process of understanding the physical world through observation, experimentation, measurement, and logic. Science gave us smartphones. It gave us the internet. It put humans on the moon. It revolutionized medicine. It extended life expectancy. No doubt about it. Science has made human life more comfortable and more efficient. It's been a total game changer. But here's the real question. Is comfort the ultimate goal of human life? Is material progress the highest possible achievement? Or is there something deeper? What is Sanatan Dharma? Now let's talk about Sanatan Dharma. Sanatan doesn't mean a sect. It doesn't mean a rigid religious identity. Sanatan means eternal, beginningless and endless. Dharma means that which upholds and sustains existence. Sanatan Dharma is not just a belief system. It is a civilizational philosophy rooted in the Vedas, the Rig Veda, the Yajur Veda, the Samaveda, and the Atharva Veda. It is the tradition that gave us the Upanishads and their non-dualistic vision. It gave us the Bhagavad Gita and its profound dialogue on duty, consciousness, and liberation. It includes epics like the Mahabharata and the Ramayana. Now here's the key difference. Science studies the visible. Sanatan Dharma also studies the invisible. Science analyzes matter, what can be measured through instruments. Sanatan Dharma investigates consciousness, the soul, karma, rebirth, and liberation. Science deals with the body. Sanatan Dharma asks, who is the one experiencing the body? Science says the body is a collection of cells. Sanatan Dharma says the body is temporary, but the soul is eternal. In the Bhagavad Gita, it says, weapons do not cut the soul, fire does not burn it. Science has not yet proven the existence of the soul. Modern neuroscience often explains consciousness as chemical reactions inside the brain. But here's the big question. If consciousness is just neurons firing, then why does awareness disappear at death? Even though the brain structure is still there for a short time, where does consciousness go? On that question, science gets quiet. Sanatan Dharma answers, consciousness is not produced by the body. It expresses itself through the body. When the body dies, the soul moves on, entering another form according to karma. Another crucial point. Science evolves. What was once considered absolute truth can be revised tomorrow. Sir Isaac Newton proposed gravity as a universal law. Then Albert Einstein expanded and redefined our understanding of gravity with relativity. Now quantum physics raises even deeper questions about reality. Science is powerful, but it is provisional. It is a moving target. Sanatan Dharma, on the other hand, presents principles that have remained unchanged for thousands of years. Atman, the self, karma, rebirth, moksha. In the Vedic vision, the universe is not a one-time event. It is cyclical: creation, preservation, dissolution. Modern cosmology talks about the Big Bang. But what came before it? Science speculates, but cannot say with certainty. Sanatan philosophy describes cyclical creation long ago. Creation is followed by preservation and dissolution, symbolically represented through Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. This isn't mythology in the childish sense, it's symbolic cosmology. Here's where it gets real. Science answers how. How did the universe expand? How does the brain function? How does DNA replicate? But science rarely answers why. Why are we born? Why do we suffer? Why is one person born into wealth and another into hardship? Science doesn't deal in moral causation. It deals in physical causation. Sanatan Dharma answers with the law of karma. Actions have consequences, not just physically, but morally and spiritually. Science gives power. It gave us nuclear energy. It also gave us nuclear bombs. When humanity gained massive power, events like Hiroshima and Nagasaki happened. Power without ethical grounding can turn destructive real quick. Sanatan Dharma says, Dharma protects those who protect Dharma, meaning righteousness safeguards the one who upholds it. Science is a tool. Sanatan Dharma defines the purpose. Science teaches us how to conquer the external world. Sanatan Dharma teaches us how to conquer ourselves. And let's be honest, in a world with insane technological growth, why are anxiety, depression, and loneliness still skyrocketing? Because outer development does not automatically mean inner peace. Before we declare anything greater, we need to define what greatness even means. Is greatness measured by power, by utility, by technological dominance, by control over nature? Or is it measured by the ability to answer the deepest questions of existence? Because here's the deal. A knife can prepare food. The same knife can take a life. Power is neutral. Direction determines destiny. Science evolves. The theories of Isaac Newton were once considered final. Then Albert Einstein expanded that framework. Today, quantum theory challenges even Einstein's assumptions. Science is dynamic. It revises. It upgrades. It corrects itself. And that's not a weakness. That's actually its strength. But it also means scientific truth is provisional. Now compare that to the foundational principles of Sanatan Dharma, Atman, the self, karma, moral causation, rebirth, moksha, liberation. These concepts have remained philosophically consistent for thousands of years. In the Rig Veda, we find the declaration, "Truth is one, the wise call it by many names." That's not dogma. That's intellectual humility combined with metaphysical confidence. Science dissects matter. Sanatan Dharma dissects the experiencer. Science asks, what is this made of? Sanatan asks, who is the one asking? That shift is massive because every experiment, every equation, every telescope image is processed through consciousness. If consciousness itself remains unexplained, then the foundation of knowledge remains partially understood. Sanatan philosophy argues that consciousness is not a byproduct of matter. It is the ground of reality. According to Advaita Vedanta, articulated powerfully by Adi Shankaracharya, Brahman alone is absolute reality. The universe is an appearance within that consciousness. Now you may agree or disagree. That's fine. But understand the depth of the claim. It's not anti-science. It's meta-science. It questions the framework in which science operates. Science does not provide morality. It can tell you how to split the atom. It cannot tell you whether you should. The 20th century proved this brutally. Technological brilliance did not prevent global wars. Intelligence without wisdom is dangerous. Sanatan Dharma anchors knowledge in Dharma, righteous order. In the Mahabharata, the Great War is not just political. It is a moral crisis. Power alone does not determine victory. Alignment with Dharma does. That principle remains timeless. Let's confront the ultimate reality: death. Science can delay it. It can extend lifespan. It can improve quality of life, but it cannot eliminate mortality, and it cannot answer what happens after. In the Katha Upanishad, a young seeker named Nachiketa asks Yama, the Lord of Death, what happens after a person dies? That question has haunted humanity for millennia. Science studies the biological shutdown of the body. Sanatan Dharma explores the continuity of consciousness. Whether one accepts rebirth or not, the philosophical exploration is profound. It addresses fear. It addresses meaning. It addresses ultimate purpose. Here's something we can't ignore. We are living in the most technologically advanced era in human history. And yet, anxiety is rising. Depression is rising. Loneliness is rising. Addiction is rising. Why? Because outer expansion has outpaced inner development. We upgraded our devices, but we didn't upgrade our awareness. Science accelerated comfort. It did not guarantee contentment. Sanatan Dharma places inner mastery above outer control. Yoga, meditation, self-inquiry, not as rituals, but as technologies of consciousness. So, which is greater? If the standard is convenience, science wins. If the standard is material innovation, science wins. If the standard is existential depth, ultimate meaning, and liberation from suffering, Sanatan Dharma goes further. Science empowers the human being. Sanatan Dharma transforms the human being. Science strengthens capability. Sanatan Dharma purifies intention. Science can make you successful. Sanatan Dharma asks whether you are fulfilled. And fulfillment is a different game altogether. But here's the mature conclusion. This is not a war. It's a misunderstanding. Science without Dharma can become destructive. Dharma without rational inquiry can become stagnant. The ideal civilization integrates both. Science as the tool, Dharma as the compass, science as the engine, Dharma as the steering wheel, because power without direction crashes, and direction without power stagnates. So maybe the question isn't, is science bigger than Sanatan Dharma? Maybe the deeper question is, what kind of human being are we becoming? Are we merely more efficient, or are we becoming wiser? Science can make humanity advanced. Sanatan Dharma can make humanity awakened. And perhaps the future belongs not to one or the other, but to the integration of both. Because in the end, science may make us strong, but Sanatan Dharma aims to make us whole. And wholeness is the highest form of greatness. Subscribe to Vediverse Studio and join the journey.